Well, we're loading up now, and we're off to the Hurricane course at Wanganui. This is Labor Day weekend in 1967, and Wanganui is the venue of the first selection meeting for the North versus South Series in March in 1968. And the boys are wanting to make sure they get themselves in the different classes. There's only 6 riders from each class, a 250cc, 350 and 500cc class. There's 18 riders in the total North Island or South Island team. And here we are on the way to the course at Wanganui. It was about 4 miles out of Wanganui. It was quite handy to it, and it is called the Hurricane course, and you'll know why later on. It's a very sharp little turn up through some cattle yards into the course. This was for selecting the teams for the North Island, and we had riders from everywhere in the North Island of the country. There was a big entry and some fabulous machinery there. They had thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds worth of scramble motorbikes at this meeting. Bill Pink scared the wits out of another competitor who was walking past. Bill Pink, Alan Collison and co. with their car and trailer. There was a tremendous entry. 60 or 70 riders entered at this meeting, and they had some fabulous machinery there. That's Len Payne, the organiser in the white coat, and he's pointing out the spots to the TV cameraman who was there from Wellington to cover it for Sports News Wellington. There was a very strong breeze blowing up from the sea, and at times they tell me it can be a real gale, but this is the start, the line-up in the start of the first 250cc race, and you'll see Alan Collison from Palmerston career along in his blue with a yellow stripe there and take the lead straight away. Here he is, well out in front the first lap, and who in red? Ross is 5th, going to become 4th very shortly. Anyway, Alan Collison won that. Hello. Ramsey from Palmerston North decided to finish that way. This bald-headed gentleman is Rod Coleman, a bit different to when he won the World's Championship race at the Isle of Man TT a few years back. The scratch races had so many entries that they couldn't possibly start them at the top of the course because they had the dip down, so they started them in the centre of the course and gave the riders time to sort themselves out, and Doug made quite a good start here. He was in the first half a dozen. We slowed them down when they come barging down this slope, a very, very bumpy slope, but ending up to 60 miles an hour. We've slowed them right down to get them in slow motion. It was rather terrifying being at the bottom of this drop because I was sure there was going to be a sax on the mill every race. They just barged down here at a colossal speed under the conditions. Almost every one of these riders in the entire entry was a local star somewhere from around the North Island, and here they were competing with one another to be selected into this 6-man team of 3 different teams. Bill Pink is the first red one, and Doug McLaren is chasing him up the hill, and Doug pips him across the top and will come out first, or ahead of him rather, next time we see him. Here he comes. Lou Patey was in the lead here from Alan Collison, and these two had a ding-dong go. Lou was riding very, very wild at times, but he was holding Alan off. Doug was running along now in 4th place. Here's Lou Patey still. When they come down the dip, they go across a bit of a ditch here, and then they drop straight down onto two very severe drops of about 12 feet. Doug has cut off Tim Gibbs. And here's Ross coming down. Ross was on the 250cc bike, and he was outclassed with the 500s. He couldn't foot it with them on the fast bits of the course. He is ready to drop. Oh, he just missed. Doug in slow motion going up the hill. You had to be very determined to climb up this hill at any sort of a speed too. Boy, the way they came down those drops scared me. Here he is going to get ready to drop down over this first of the sudden 12-foot drops. They could go head over heels if they didn't do it dead right. In Tim Gibbs. Les Worsley is going great guns too on his Spanish Bultaco, and here he is coming down this big drop in slow motion. He's going very, very well, Les. Looks quite comfortable and everything about it, doesn't he? No doubt about it. Well, the upshot was that Alan Collison pipped Lou Patey right on about halfway around the last lap. Lou spun off, managed to keep the bike going and finish second. Doug finished 4th, and here's Alan undergoing the ordeal of lining up for the TV cameraman. This is a cameraman from Wellington. And he says, "Shake hands, somebody. Give me a bit of action, somebody. Do something." All very embarrassing, but here he is doing his stuff. And with this shot of Alan Collison from Palmerston North posing for the TV cameraman, we'll say cheerio to the Wanganui selection meeting, Labour Day weekend, 1967.